And you already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, man. I don't know what in the world is going on, but in the world of Chicago drill rap, even the ladies are getting in on the beefing, man. And it looks kind of crazy. I even feel a little funny about reporting this, but this is a wild story. And I had been talking about one of these young ladies earlier this week. So Kayla B, who is the sister of the late, great King Von, has been getting into it with a lot of people online, man. One of those people specifically has been Cuban Doll. Now, I did a whole story about how she was getting into it with none other than FBG Duck's mom, Miss Weekly. And they were getting into it this week, but it was just a war of words. They were talking about where she was from and what she's claiming or whatever like that. Stuff that's, surface level and really not that important. But for some reason, man, and I don't know exactly at what point it started, Cuban Doll got in the mix. And Cuban Doll and Kayla B have been going back and forth. And I'm guessing they both live in Atlanta. And they said, man, let's meet up for the fisticuffs. Now, it got crazy. It was like Tyson versus Buster Douglas or something. Nah, that's a bad comparison. Let's call it Hagler Hearns, man. It was really going down out there, and they were really throwing them things. Now, before we get into the specifics, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and man, let's get it. Right, now that we got that out of the way, man, let me start off by saying, man, I do not condone any of this behavior. I hate to see young ladies, especially beautiful young ladies, going to the fisticuffs, man, swinging on each other and taking it to the streets. But these two have been talking about it all day. Now, here's some of the earlier posts that Kayla B and Cuban Doll have been making against each other. Now, for those of you who are lost, Kayla B, like I said earlier, is King Von's sister. And Cuban Doll is a rapper, man. She's a rapper slash entertainer slash Instagram models. You might even, there's ads that run on different like social media platforms, and Cuban Doll is the model for a lot of them. Now, I don't know why Cuban Doll and Kayla B always get into these little tit for tats with other women in the industry. I mean, they're probably around the same age. They're definitely around the same size. And this fight went down just like that, man. Like somebody had set it up. They both had their hair pulled back. They both had their fight ready gear on. And then they got to swinging, man. Now, like I said before, I don't condone it. But, man, let's go ahead and check out this clip. You seen in that clip, man, they was getting a knuckle drag out on, man. They was really doing it big up in that parking lot for some reason, man. They had to get it off their chest, and they got it off their chest, I guess. Now, I had to blur out some of the more, the contact and all that because, man, YouTube has some guidelines about all that. But you guys get the drift of what took place. Plus, I got a couple more clips. But, man, let's look at what led up to all this, man. Let's look at some of these posts. Now, it's a little fishy where it started, but this post right here, man, is kind of like the kicking off point. So you see Kayla B, she pretty much posted right here. She said, you got your chains took 1,000,000 times. You ran from 1,000,000 times. Stop playing. I got jumped. Because a lot of people have been talking about the fact that she got jumped back in 2015. And there was a whole, video going on about that. And she's just doubling down on the fact that, yeah, she did get jumped. And this is back when her and Von were in Chicago. And this is way before all the fame and everything like that. So it's just a different time, man. And then she finally said this at the end of this post. She said, jealous? What you blanks have for me to be jealous about but a fake blank friendship. So basically letting it be known that she ain't jealous of them or their fake friendship. Those are her words, not mine. Now this continues on. Cuban Doll made this post right here where she said, blanks always minding my business. Now, I'm guessing that, Kayla B took exception to that and took that as a personal slight because she responded back again with a whole bunch of different posts. Now, in the next set of posts, she said a lot, man. So they're in between there. She's talking to a couple of different people and she responded back to what it looks like Cuban Doll or somebody else and just let it know that folks don't want to link. Then if you go all the way to the bottom, you'll see these two posts right here where she said, blank was whole at your blank house, throwing your blank out. You ain't blank. Couldn't be me. So she's basically, let me decode that. She's basically saying that her or either some of her friends were at her dude's house throwing her stuff, meaning Cuban Doll stuff out, and that couldn't be her. She'd never be in that position. Then she continued by saying, Cuban, you scary. What a MF gotta do for you to link up. Now, let me decode that. So she's basically saying that, yo, you scared to see me in these streets. What I gotta do, pay you to link up? So do I need to send you money or whatever just to get you to come outside and meet me in the parking lot so we can get this on? Prior to that, they said this. And basically in that first post, she's just claiming where she's from and, trying to clear up confusion about a lot of things that people are talking about where she's from. Then in the last portion, she posted Cuban Doll's number and said, basically said, call her and tell her to fight me. And because she won't pick up on any text. And then from then on, they just kept going back and forth until the next meetup. Until they met up.
Hey, look at her. Look at your face. Look at her. Can't walk. Y'all got. Hold on, wait till I see it again. Look at her.
And in that clip right there, you just saw them walking away from each other, man. Because I can't show that whole video in its entirety, that clip right there, because, there's actual violence that's taking place or people are actually throwing them hands. So, man, you really can't show that stuff. That's to be honest. Because and then the talk that goes with it on top of it is a little much. But you can definitely see all that on social media anywhere right now, man. It's floating all over the place. But I was surprised after all that talking all day, because I've been watching it pretty much all day, looking at different things. And, man, they kept showing up and kept trending or whatever. And I guess they, said, forget it, man. Let's meet up and let's do this thing. Now, after it was done, they had a lot to say, both of them. So Kayla B took to social media and said this. All right, so Kayla B took to social media, and first off, she replied to this person who said she couldn't even walk, I'm screaming, with the laughing emojis. Then Kayla B said, then lock the door, laughing emojis, crying. And then she said, and Lil Key baby mama was telling her what to say. Now I'm responding back to your baby daddy. He sure was just all in my face. So I guess she's saying Lil Key. Now Lil Key is a YSL rapper, and he's under Young Thug. I guess he was there, and she's saying that he was in her face. Now, if that's true, that's not cool, but I don't know, man. I can't confirm that because I didn't see it on any of the video clips that I saw, but they also continue. So Kayla B continued, and she said this. She said, I tried fighting her again. She closed the door. She didn't want to fight. Yes, no more fighting. I wasn't trying to pull no hair, bro. First, then she went for it. Kayla just beat that girl up. This was somebody retweeting her. So I guess, man, she's talking amongst her friends, and this is trending, man. Everybody is retweeting it and stuff now. But this been bubbling and boiling all day, and hopefully, they got this thing off their chest. I mean, it's bad enough seeing two pretty girls get into it like that, man. It's awkward, man, to say the least, man. It's a little weird and a little disheartening, to say the least, man. But hopefully this is the end of it, because, man, to be honest, this is a bad look for both of them, man. They both probably got things to do as far as getting money. They've been blessed to be in the music industry or being in an industry and whatever Kayla B is doing. I know she sells something or something like that, like she owns her own business. But, man, either way, they're both influencers online, and they got a lot going on, man. You'd hate to waste that away, picking at the little things that people are saying or doing online and meeting up everybody in the parking lot for the fisticuffs. Now, with that, this been your boy Big Man. Please hit that like button. Hold up, man. Hold up. What are you guys saying? Do you think this was very immature and they are too old to be doing this? Or is this just one of those situations where two people said, forget it, let's meet for mutual combat, and it just went left, man? Now, with that, this been your boy Big Man. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bell so we get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.